All right, everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today we'll talk a little bit how a little sequence that we've been doing and show most everything, so you got kind of understanding. I will talk. Will show you a little bit how the light work with the um, Arduinos and how our Unreal Engine control those light. Like in other videos, the first one that I show you the Arduino kind of simulating real in the serial com. That's basically go link with this one. So what if you watch all my videos, you will know what I'm talking about here. I will show you about the lights, and also I will be talking about the throw and how I implement the system. So basically, with all these videos and in this playlist, you will from start to this up to this video, you will see what you can do and how you can implement your machine. All the machine will be different depending what you need is in your code, but I will show you what I did in mine so you understand, and kind of a little bit the rule on my throw, because basically I coordinate the throw on this machine very differently, because the way that our MechWarrior machine is, and the way that I implemented the rules to read the balls, and in this case each ball counts as a ballistic. It's not actually your health is your mech, and that's why I implement this system. But I will show you how is the system that I create with control Arduino, and kind of don't overload your Arduinos in always constant reading your throw, and just read it when you need, and you can kind of take ideas with this how you can implement your game. And if you want to do it just basic, the regular rules, it will be more simple. But I will show you a big example in code how you get achieve that. So now let me show you real quick about the lights. Over here, this is my light, how one I control one blinking light. And over here on the side, on the left side, you will see that I got event blinking LED A1, which means Arduino number 1, Arduino number 2. Over here I got number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So because I got 6 main controller that control all the game in my pinball machine. So but I will show you example on the number 4, which everyone is the same, and I will go back here so you see here is all my lights for my module or Arduino number 4. It got 27 lights in one strip, and it got a different strip because this is my button strip, and I put a different strip in the same Arduino. You can put different strip in the same Arduino, and you can call it as well. I mean, I don't know if I recommend it. I didn't do tests to put a bunch of strip in one Arduino. I just did 2 because I just control one light. On that one is the select button light, and I control that one by separately, and I just put on this Arduino. But the way it work, I show you in other videos, that when you call A0, it's the LED 0, and A means white. So this is gonna be my blinking to the light 0, and when I call this function, what it's doing is doing a timing event. The timing event, it will basically trigger constantly depending what you want. Like it will trigger all the time if you got time on it, or it will trigger once if you don't have time on it. And I mean, it's a lot of video out there that you can explain you better how this work and what you can use it for and how you control everything. But I will show you a little bit for you understand super simple the way that I turn on the light and off, how I want it, how the color I want it, and I can work one light different color in the same time, different blink at the same time in the same LED. And that's this is a very sample of a lot of stuff you can do. You can program a lot of stuff, coding, and kind of do different sequence for different light, do a different shows and stuff like that. But I just did blinking, and with blink I can control how much I want blink that light, and this is the way. So when I call this function, which is my LED 0 A4, and I got a, 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 a looping timer that I put here. This is the loop, the timer, whatever time I put here is the time that it will looping this, it will trigger this each time. So it's a 0.5 second, it will trigger every 0.5 second this function. And this is basically for the delay. So basically when it trigger, let's say 1 second, it will trigger, boom, it will delay whatever delay you put. So you put 0.5 or 1 second, it will wait 1 second before trigger, and it will start doing it after that. That's basically initial delay here. But for example, let's say this is 1 second. Now in 1 second, this will trigger, and it will send a serial print in your Arduino number 4. And what it say here is the LED 0 white. And I don't know, let me see, let me put this over here on the top, so you see when I selected. So I change my light. Okay, right here when I select it, you see here that it's a A0. Okay, so yeah, this is the string. Like if I take this out, it's like I'm typing here A0 here. But obviously I want to just simplify, so I make a variable that call my light. So when I want to find my LED 0 white, I can use this for every my lights, so I don't have to kind of type in every time. I just put this and connect it there. And this is my A0, so this will turn on the light white. And then it got the delay, so whatever delay I put here is gonna be the delay when it's gonna call for stop that light or turn off that light. And if you see the code is minus little r with 0. And if you see my previous video again, you will see how I did it, and how you see in the cardboard panel how it come on and off. This is basically what it is doing. Arduino is receiving from Unreal Engine over here what you want to do with the light. And like that, I got red light here. No, for the same light, I got the red light. When I want to call the red light for the same light, it will turn on the red light, which is going to be R4. The R is just if it was another color, it will turn off that color, and it will basically start over with red, a clean red. And that's why it's a little R, because I'm sending, if you remember my Arduino on the back, I call little R to put in 0 all my LEDs color. So I basically sending in this instant, say turn off all the color of this light. So in this sample, it was my lights, it was all 255 all my colors. So make Y, it will turn off this not the light, but it will turn off in the code the light, the color, and it will put a new color, which is R, which is 255 on red, and the other two are going to be 0. And then it will basically call that light. So this basically it can work simultaneously in the same time. So if it's coming, let's say you say 1 second 1 second white, and then you want to put red, the same light, you can put 1 second white, and then come red, and then turn off red, and the light white, it will stay on, because you telling this to stay on, and it will do this red and white, and stuff like that. So yeah, and you can basically do anything, because you send in this per tick, and the Arduino it will check it out per tick. And so yeah, let me wait, this auto saving. Okay, so basically let me put this back here where it was. And so yeah, and basically like that, and you control the light over here by every light like that. And if you got one light LED that one different colors, this is what is longer over here, because I got on blink, like for example blink 1, this is my LED 1, I got white, red, green, yellow, and again is my coded yellow over here, orange. So I got 5 colors over here, and basically that's why I got longer color on that light. It's because I want to do more color on that light. Okay, so yeah, that's basically on the lights. Now let's talk about the throat. Okay, so on the throat, let's first talk about this here, which is my sketch. Okay, right here, this is my sketch and which is my spreadsheet. And in my spreadsheet over here, you will see I got in the second Arduino, which is this is my Arduino number 2, my controller number 2. I got all my throw calls here, switches, basically my pins, and I got also in my machine I have 4 balls in total, and my fifth switch is drain. So I got in the throw you got your jam, then you got your first switch, which is octo, and then you got your second, third, and fourth switch, and you can have up to 8. But I got the first road is only 1, 2, and 3, and the fourth one switch, which is going to be the fifth one, because I count the jam counts 0. It will be in my machine. I got it to when you touch that switch, it triggers the initiation of the ball pass. Okay, and I will show you how I did it. But first, I want to show you here my sketch, which is this, and then over here on the bottom, I have call key for call functions, which is in my throat. If I type M, it will check my throat, and if I type a little m, it will my throat check, it will go off. And the way that I did this, I will show you in the Arduino why I did this. So basically, my throat is not constantly reading. I just read whenever I want to read, and I will show you how I did it. Okay. So, and this is part, and then let me turn off this and get the Arduino. So now we are on an Arduino, and over here, um, let me got a bug here. What is this? Okay, this is my Arduino. There you go. So in my Arduino over here, this is my, get some numbers crazy here. My all my input from the throw. This is all the inputs and the setups. So I got some booleans, I got some integer, constant integer, and integers for my my states. Okay, so when every time that I press M, let me show you here. Okay, right here. So this is my throat, and this is what I'm reading every switch. So every time it's checking this, but the only thing that I'm wanna check and say drain, okay, is when the fifth switch is low. And when the fifth switch is low, I can Arduino, I mean Unreal Engine, it will detect this, and I will show you here. So let me go 1 second. What is it? Okay, right here. So when I receive right here, number 2, right here, drain. So when I receive drain, I can call a function. I will flash. This is false. Here is the function, right? Okay, where is it? Farm. So if this is true, the test is false right here. So this is my call. So I'd set a timer, and I call for ball drain. So, and this is a function that I create. So when you drain the ball, and that function is actually right here, right here. This is ball drain. And basically this function, it will call here, it will check my throat. That's what I want to talk about. And when I receive so when a ball enter a drain, it will check how many ball is on the Arduino, and it depend wherever action is happening, is that what is going to happen. But let me show you this part. That's what I want to show you now. And basically when a switch detect, the last switch detect a ball coming in, it will check on the main controller number 2, and then it will send an M to my Arduino. And this is what I say I show you in the previously, that basically it send an M, and I will show you in the Arduino now. When I show an M, I'll go back here. When I show M right here, what happening? So what is happening is when Arduino is read M, it will turn on all the throw check, and this is what it's doing. So basically, this is off, and now it will be on, and every tick it's trying to check throw in the Arduino, but because it's disengaged, it will not check nothing. Now I'll show you here. So now because it's true, it will come to here. This is on the bottom, and here it is. So it's not that dip, right here. So here's the function, and then basically, and the function is if the check balls count is false, it will set this to drain. This is a count. I was testing a countdown. So let's say that I wanted my Arduino to check it one time, but with one time it worked. I just did this to prevent continuous counting because it's on in those tick. So just do it once and check once. So basically, this will turn off when check one reading on your Arduino, so it don't overload your Arduino. Just checking the throw, it will turn on, off, and that's it. It will not make delay, not make any any thick compromise and nothing like that. So basically, that's what it's doing here. It will reset to that, and when it's on, it will count one less. It will do it right away, and it will send to Arduino to Unreal that if the count is off, so the Unreal understand. I did this as a test, but I basically don't use it. But then here it is. So if throw is true, which is it was off, it will check if it's high, send this. Else, if it's low, send this. So basically, that's what it's doing. So when you send a signal from Unreal, it will check what is the situations of the throw, and it will send it by here. And then like everyone, so 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's basically what it's doing. And then when it's done, it will basically do it once. It will print that once, and then what is going to happen is going to be here. Let me take that out. And what is happening is this. So when I call this, I send M and I wait 0.5 seconds. And in this 0.5 seconds, Arduino is already working. It is already did that. Take like 0.1 second, approximately 0.05 to 0.1 second to do that tick. And then that's why I put 0.5, so it's kind of instant. So in this time that is waiting the second sequence, so the first thing you're going to do that, this is going to do it once, and then in the second time is going to set up whatever Arduino it's saying to Unreal. And that's, if you remember my previous video, this is the set what Arduino is reading is already set per tick here. So basically every tick that it's printing, it will set up Unreal to what is going on the throat. Okay, so basically it will say, okay, is Arduino reading off or on? So if it's reading off, if this is true, it will set off. In my, this is Unreal over here, so I set per tick everything to Unreal, and in that 0.5 second it will set all the switches. And then when it's set, this is done. So now it will continue, and it will continue to now Unreal Engine calculate, okay, this switch was on, this switch was off, what you want me to do. And that's what basically I'm doing here. And it's because the way that I need this, because I want to understand every time that the ball is draining, and then it will give me a count of ball all the time, constantly, whenever I want to know. And I can know how many hit I can get in my Mac, and I can kind of translate that to modes on the game, depend the mode, because in my machine, if you play it, you start with 2 megs, or you can start with 3 meg, depending the configuration, and then that's what it counts. It basically balls counts as meg, and the actual ball counts as hell damage to encourage your mech or your missions. Okay, so if you drain a ball and you're in a battle, it will hit random spot on your mech and it will cause damage to your mech. And then basically, if you get killed, then you drain your last ball. And that's the way that I implemented on this game. That's why I'm doing this. But I just showing the kind of complicated way that I did it. But if you're doing basic games like the normal instruction, that is, if it's not multi-ball, if it's multi-ball, drain the multi-ball, and then you drain your last ball. That's basic simple information. And you can just read constant your throw, telling Arduino to read when it get 4 balls, or when you get 3 balls, give you this signal to Unreal. And you can do any kind of code. I'm just showing you the example of my machine, so you start thinking different ways that you can do and approach to your machine depending what you got in your mind to do your machine. Okay, so basically right now basically have a boolean to control if this lane or this switch it was checked. And basically in the beginning start off. So basically if it's off, it will check what read and what is here, this integer, this string, which is a variable. It's basically what you set here. So if is not, nothing gets set, this is a manual type. If nothing was set, it will be in blank. And if it's in blank, basically it will not be equal. So basically this is saying if what is in pin A is equal to what it is reading exactly what it's saying. Right now it's saying none, and you will see that. And let's say if it's off, it will it is not, it will say false here, and then it will check if it's off. And if it's yes, what it's gonna do, it will set to the switch to off, which is it will stay on off, and it will check mark this to on. So now if we had to redo the sequence of reading again, now this is gonna be true, and it will skip that check. And this is this is basically it go from the top to the bottom, and then when it read when everything is checked, then I set a confirmation on how many balls, and I will show you how many ball is in the throw. So, and this is super fast. This is, I'm just going too slow so you see it and understand it. So basically, yeah, and then it will set that it's checked, and then you see that the variable on the string, it will be in blank. I just delete everything because I don't want to stay there, so it get false communication. And now this is going to be in blank, and it will be set back again if Arduino read that and is acceptable, and basically if it's true, it will set it. So because what happened is, let's say that this switch, it was false, and then this was false, and this one was false again. That means that Arduino didn't get the chance to read everything in that sequence, in that moment. And then what it's gonna do is it will come back when it's false, it will come back to Arduino, say, hey, M, which is a little m, stop the check. And then it will, you see this one here, basically it will go back to try again. Okay, so it's something happened in between that reading that I don't know, the Arduino gets so busy. Let's say the Arduino gets so busy because so many calls, it will just constantly okay, no, I get fault reading, give me another reading because I wasn't sure, I didn't get this reading, so do it again. And it will say, Arduino, do it again, and that will basically prevent any false reading, okay, in my machine, and the way that I code this. So, and then it will do it again, it will wait, it will set up this again, and that's why if this switch wasn't read, it will try again. But if it was read, it will not change the actual reading. Okay, it will say, okay, the switch 0 is off, and I read it off, so don't read it again. Is this one, it was read? Yes. Now what, it was a ball or it wasn't a ball? It was a ball. Okay, so set ball on and check, and then set this to reset, go next. If this one it was read. It was read already. No. Let's check. Is on. Yes or no? Yes. Is the ball there? Okay, perfect. Market ball is there. And basically go like that. And then when all my triggers or my switches are checked, it will say everything is good to go, and now it will start this sequence. And now this is basically all my checks is good. Make sure everything is checked good, and then it will send a little M with done reading to Arduino, and then it will reset all my checks, and then it will call this function. This function here, basically what it does is to, now I know how many balls I have now because they're on and off. Now let's set this to, so we can use it. Okay, this information so we can use it. So this is the function, and now I set all my balls to 0. So I tell him, okay, put everything reset to 0, and let's add the balls accordingly, the check marks. So if the switch 0 is off, continue, which is, this is the jam. Remember, the 0 is jam. And I got a simple add-on here because I got 4 balls only. And if I have a jam, if a ball was in the top of another one, this is a jam. Sometime the switches are not pressed correctly. So that's why I say, if you have a ball there, just add 5 balls, and now I know for sure it's a jam, and I will punch that balls out, and then I'm gonna read the count again, and that's another the coding that I have. But right now, let's say this is not jam, and now throw 1 is 1 ball is true. So let's add a ball. So we got a count 1, and then check the second. If we got another ball, we count 2, and then if we check third, if we got a ball, and add another 1. And then if we for the fourth ball, no, we don't have a full ball, so we are in a multi-ball or no, and then that's it. And then if it's fall, this is if I want to add more balls, but I didn't. I just have up to 4 balls or 5 switches, and that's the way. And then when it's done, that's it. Now the throw, this is a string that I have for to tell me in my development side that how many balls is counting. Basically, if you want to know, you connect this here, and it will show how many balls you have. It being count. Now, if I have 4 balls, this is what the correct number on how many balls I have in my throat. And that's with that. That's plenty good information, so I can do whatever I want, depending the mod that I'm running, depending whatever I want. And that's what I'm going to show you now, and continue in that part over here. So basically, when that's checked, it will come back to reset everything. It will reset this, and it will reset this. So now it will, if this is called again, it will do it again. And that's basically my my system for reading throat, and read my throat with the Arduino back and forward. And that's doing so quick that it basically 1.15 seconds to read the whole throat and all the sequence. And then I will show you here my launch ball, which is every time that I request a ball launch, this is what it's doing in my game. And this is get depending the game, you will add whatever you want here, and or you do it your way. But basically I show you here so you understand every time that I call ball in my game. So if it's the game, let's say the game is starting, I will run the video, and then I launch a ball. So this is the first thing we'll check. It will check if the player is dead. It will before continue. If it's not, it will check if is the this launch ball gate is basically right here. So every time they start checking, it will close the gate. It will say no, it's a ball trying to launch right now, just wait. If it's true, just gonna say, hey, okay, is a ball is being requested, another ball is being requested, and it will kind of hold it. That's that check here. But if it's not, it will check, it will close the door and say no, whatever you, when you request a ball. And this is basically when, because in my game I got multi balls, and every time you drain one, it will count how many balls you have, and it will check, depending on the ball, it will call this. So if one ball is in process to launch, it will hold it, and it will wait. When that get out, it will check it in, and basically kind of system. And that's basically the system. And it's not quite big. I mean, it can get complicated if you don't know, but but it basically that is it check that, then it check if it may mark the ball is in action. That means that ball is being out of the throw, or it's gonna be ready to go in the throw out. So I mark it here, and then it do some check of here, and here is my call of okay. Let's before throw a ball, let me check how many ball I have. Okay, so basically that's what I'm doing, and then this is some code for different depending what I'm doing on the game, but here it is. And then when basically go here, it do that, and the first thing that does is if more the 5 ball from the throw, that means if it's more of the 5 throw on the of the throw, it basically is a jam. That's what I say when count. Just do more than 5, and that will say okay, you got a jam. So if it's a jam, it will set jam, and it will do some coding for jam. But now if it's 4 balls on the throw, which is, let's say now we're saying that we're starting the game, so now you should have 4 balls in the game, so it will, this is going to be true, and then it will say okay, this is true. Let's say, let's check this for in case, or in other situations, is a ball draining, is in bowling drain process. You detect a ball coming in? No. Okay. Do you got a drain gate? Is starting game. There's a different process that I have for the game. And then let's go to launch a ball, because you got 4. You're starting the game, so let's launch a ball. And over here, let me show you, so you see how simple is the communication to launch the ball. It will hit launch. This is basically my count of how many ball I'm launching, because I got on the menu you can see how many balls the game is being launched. That's what it's doing here. And then let's say, let's check the microcontroller number 2, which is the Arduino number 2. Is it valid? It's still good. Yes. Send T. So it will send T letter. And in my Arduino, let me show you the Arduino. If you see my Arduino here, let me find the serial communication T right here. Throw activation. If it read T, send throw high. So basically it will launch that high, and it will run a timer. Remember in all the video I explained a little about the timer, so it right away implement the action, so it will activate that coil, and it will activate the coil accordingly the time that you want to leave that coil activate. And that is right here. So you see, I think it's right here. Oh, right here. So basically right here is my setup. This is for setup how many the time of that coil activation. So you see the ball is being launched too strong. You want to load the timer, and you say a little tick or whatever. So this is the timer right here, and you send it. And that I got that also as well on the spreadsheet. Let me show you the spreadsheet. And my spreadsheet right here is all the coil timer. So for my throw, I can say ZZ or XXN, whatever those is, it will control according to the timer that I want to implement this force of the coil. And I got for the auto shutter, and for the slingshot as well. If you see your slingshot are too strong and you want a weak sling, you just control that right there. And yeah, I just want to show you a little bit there also as well. And let me turn off that. And yeah, so right here you got the launch ball, and then go back. So the ball is launched, and now it will check if this is in this game mode, which is not. It's just regular mode. So it will wait 2 seconds, and then it will check if the ball went out. And this is a boolean that I have here for check when the ball is go out. It will check the switch that is on the auto what's called auto plug-in, and basically the plug. So basically it will activate that switch, and I will show you real quick here my switches right here, all my switches. So you see this is all my function for my switches. So basically right here is my ball out confirmation, and this is being triggered by right here. So we're talking about the Arduino number 2, and you will see here a fireball. I call it fireball. So fire that ball out. So basically, when that switch is red, it will read fireball, and this is gonna be true, and basically this is false, and here is my ball call. So ball out confirming, so it will call this function, and this function is this function, you see. So then in this function I got whatever happened when I trigger that switch, and is I will say ball is in lane. I will check this out, and in 2 seconds I will turn off, and if the ball's still there, it will continue checking this on, and that's the way that I can basically know uh, the throats and all that. And let me right here, where was it? All switches. So, and that's one thing, and it will do this one, and right here is my ball out confirmation. So basically this is right here. If it's true, now that means the ball is out, and it will just do another sequence to check if it auto deployment is need to be active and stuff like that. And then it will count about check again, and it will send to Arduino, okay, count the balls again, and it will confirm if how many ball is. It will check if it's multi-ball, is it this, it will check how many balls you want in the multi-ball, and stuff like that I implement in my game. And that's what I have for this. But again, will be very different depending the type of game that you're doing, the type of rules that you're doing. But the good news is that you can do it in a blueprint. You can do it easier the way that I'm showing you here, and that's basically why I decide to do blueprint, because I can implement video game with it as well and do whatever rules I want in this way, and reading Arduino the way I want, and it's not just go standard. Has only pinball like MPF. I think it's very standard, and then if you want to go around that, you have to code a lot of stuff differently in the way that you code that, and it's way complicated. So I mean, I find it very complicated. So that's what I say, you know what, it should be another way, and I did it this way. And yeah, I mean, basically I think that we cover all the planning already on all this video. So basically if you want to know more about coding, about how I implement something, let me know in the comments, because I will start doing another section. I think I covers everything, so you can have in your mind if you can do it and how you do it, and you got the big picture of everything, and then you can say, you know what, if I got this idea for my game, I can use this, I can do it this way, and you can understanding a little bit of all the process. And that's why I kind of split this in a lot of videos, because there's a lot of stuff that is going on, and still a lot of stuff that I can show you how I implement it in blueprint. But basically I think I cover most the synchronization, the way that I synchronize everything in these videos. So yeah, and basically yeah, if you have something that you want to know more, let me know in the comments, so I do separate video and do another planning playlist, so you get more understanding, and something that I probably forget about mentioning or something. But yeah, I mean, thank you for the support, thank you for watching, thank you for understand me, and try and see this video. I hope everything go good in your life. God bless, and take care.